What's up, everybody? I've been wanting to make this video for literally at least 2 years now, and I finally got the nerve to do it, so here we go. I'm 21, I'm in college, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't really go to parties, I don't have a girlfriend, and I'm a virgin. Sometimes it can seem like everyone else is drinking, smoking, hitting up every party, having sex, or in a relationship, and if you're one of the few people who isn't, then you're lame, prude, you're not cool, or you just don't have a social life. I know for a fact that there are a lot of people out there who are just trying to walk a different path though. But some of these people feel pressure to fit in, pressure to find affirmation and acceptance from others, or pressure to live up to other people's expectations and standards. You want to feel accepted as an important part of a group, so you're tempted to do what the crowd is doing. I know what that pressure is like because there are many times where I felt like I've needed to please others' expectations in order to be at peace with myself. But if you're constantly trying to please other people, then you're never going to be satisfied because everybody has different standards and expectations. And all of that pressure and stress just gets really overwhelming. So if you're someone who struggles with any of that, here's my advice. First, don't compromise. Look, let me tell you something. It's not worth it. Compromising means lowering your standards or stretching your boundaries, usually to please someone or something else that does not have your best interest at heart. Sometimes I'll compromise by giving in to temptation. Here's a lightweight example. Maybe I'm trying to stay away from sweets for a few days because I know when I get a little bit too much sugar in my system, my acne be acting up and the pimples be popping, but that Haagen-Dazs caramel cone ice cream be looking real scrumptious, you feel me? Birdman hand rub. Oh. So I think to myself, I'll just have one scoop and that's it, just for taste. So I grab me a spoon, grab the ice cream out the freezer, take a scoop of the ice cream, eat the scoop of the ice cream, put the ice cream back in the freezer, rinse the spoon off, throw the spoon in the sink, and that's it. Until I'm like, dang, that tasted good. So I go back to the sink, pick up the spoon, wash the spoon, grab me a cup, go to the freezer, scoop a whole serving of that Haagen-Dazs caramel cone ice cream that be tasting so delectable, and I eat that too. It is so good. How do they make that stuff? And then I might have some more at night, maybe the next day, and before I know it, it's all gone. And yes, it was so good. Yes, Lord. I enjoyed every last bit of it. But that feeling of joy only lasts for a moment. It goes away because when I go to look in the mirror, I gotta face the consequences of my actions. Literally. Back at it again with them pimples. I gotta face the reality of my decision to compromise my standards for some cheap, quick pleasure that wasn't even really worth it in the first place, especially when I know I haven't been drinking enough water. Like I said, this was just a lightweight example, but the same principle applies to so many other things. So again, don't compromise. Second, instead of trying to figure out how to fit in with the crowd, build your own. Find other people who share similar interests and aspirations. Everyone is influenced by their environment and the people they spend most of their time around. So if you've been blessed with the talent and resources to make what you want to do possible, find other people with similar aspirations and go after it. Not because somebody else wants you to do it, but because it's your goal that you have the passion for. If you don't have the passion for it, then you're not going to be willing to work as hard as you can to get there. It has to be your goal that you actually have the talent for. If you don't have the talent, then you got to be honest with yourself. But don't be discouraged. That just means you should be investing your time in something else. If you want to be a motivational speaker, professional athlete, lawyer, filmmaker, therapist, doctor, professor, entertainer, or even get into a great school, then develop relationships with people who are trying to do similar things and mentors who can help you get there. We do not always have a choice in the environment that we live and grow up in, but we do choose our friends and the relationships that we make, so be intentional about them. If a lot of your friends are people who just want to chill and go to parties, then understand that you're probably going to be spending a lot of time chilling and going to parties a lot too. It's your choice who you spend your time with. Third, everybody has a gift, talent, specialty, a purpose that they were created with. If you don't know what you want to do or haven't found your purpose yet, know this. Everybody has something important to contribute to this world, and everybody's is just important as everybody else's, whether it's great or small. But if you don't know what your purpose is, then you won't be able to contribute anything to the world that truly has a lasting impact. Think about a human body. An eye can't be like, oh, I wish I was a hand. They get to do so much. They're such an important part of the body. Without them, the body can't even perform simple tasks like brushing your teeth or opening a door. Try to think about how hard it is for hands to operate for a body that cannot see. Hands have an extremely unique and important purpose for the entire body, but eyes have an extremely unique and important purpose for the entire body as well. In the same way, every person has a unique and important purpose, and with that purpose, they can bring themselves and the people around them joy and happiness simply by doing what they're supposed to do. People always say, I just want to be happy. I think a big reason why so many people are not happy is because they don't spend time investing in others' lives. Rather than loving on and living for others, they just live for themselves. For example, there are people with more money than they could ever spend in their lifetime, and they have everything they need and want, but they're still not satisfied with their life. Other people may obsessively look to other things for comfort: an active social life, fame, power, drugs, sex, alcohol, or whatever else it might be, but they're not satisfied because the comfort that they get from it is only temporary. This is why even when I feel really tempted to fit in with the crowd and just want to relieve that pressure, I know that making compromises are not going to give me any lasting happiness or joy of any sort. I know that any pleasure I get from doing things that don't last is just going to fade away, and then I'm going to go right back to feeling crappy again. Personally, what brings me joy every single day of my life is using the talent that God has given me to glorify Him. It can come in the form of making stupid little videos on Vine that bring people laughter, making short films that make people think, making a video like this that encourages people, or just talking to a random person on the street that looks like they might be having a bad day. It's these acts of giving and showing love in both tangible and intangible ways that really just make me feel whole. In the past, I've been very hesitant about sharing my faith with worries that I might offend somebody. But if I truly believe that living by God's standards and using the talent that He's given me is what makes me feel happy and complete, then why wouldn't I want to share that with the world that is constantly searching for happiness? I attribute the joy and peace of mind that I have every single day and all the opportunities that I receive to simply living by God's standards for my life. And that joy and peace is so indescribable that I just want nothing but other people to experience that same joy also. That's my personal definition of do you. So believe what you want to believe, do what you want to do, but you ain't really gonna be happy unless you understand your purpose and start doing you. My name is Chaz Smith, and this is Simply Put.